bold-faced names took their glamorous turns on the red carpet as the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute launched its latest exhibition, celebrating the American woman and her style choices through the years. The exhibit also marked a unique association between two great New York City institutions.
The exhibition actually marks the transfer of the Brooklyn Museum's costume collection to the Metropolitan Museum's Costume Institute. But as I began looking through the collection, I felt what was more compelling was how the clothes actually reflected various mass media archetypes of the late 19th, early 20th century. Archetypes like the heiress, the Gibson girl, the flapper, the bohemian, the screen siren. I also wanted to look at how these particular archetypes represented the gradual emancipation of the American woman. So the time frame I took was the 1890s through to the 1930s.
Esteemed Hollywood production designer Nathan Crowley was brought in to design the rooms, which felt like stepping back in time.
We sort of came up with the idea of making each room a sort of time capsule. And this room is an interior ballroom when we go outside with the Gibson girl, and we go back inside with the bohemian, then we start introducing modern media like film, and eventually we end up with the American room, which is sort of a compilation of modern media. So yeah, it was a great experience.
The first gallery we have is the heiress, and she's represented by very elaborate ball gowns by the House of Worth, the S-curve body with the corseted waist. And the Gibson girl really was the first national ideal of American beauty, and the first American type. She was slim, athletic, liberated, youthful, and very much what we see as the American woman today. But she was still corseted. So even as you see her today, or in the gallery playing tennis or golf or riding, she's still corseted. It wasn't really till the 1900s with the bohemian in which women began to discard their corset and wear dresses which allowed their body to be more unfettered. And the bohemian is an archetype in a way that engages with art as a way of entering the public domain. And I discovered what was really interesting was the fact that for the major museums in New York, the Whitney, the Guggenheim, MoMA, and Cooper Hewitt were all founded by women. So her role in forging the cultural heritage of America is phenomenal. From the bohemian, we go into the suffragist, and the patriot, which is much more about her political emancipation. Then we go into the flapper in the 1920s, which is much more about her sexual and economic liberation. One of the first times when American women entered the workforce and became financially independent from men. And the last gallery in the 1930s and early 1940s is a screen siren. And I felt by the 1930s, the fashion gauge had turned away from Europe towards America, largely through Hollywood, and the idea of the American woman, this sort of symbol of glamour, was something that was exported globally and consumed globally. I think as you walk through the exhibition, I think one of the interesting aspects of the show is how fashion really is used to shape identity, and how fashion often reflects various social and political realities.
As the upper crust of Hollywood and the fashion world ascended the red carpet at the Metropolitan Museum of Art to celebrate their latest exhibition, we asked them, what defines an American woman?
Oh, the qualities that embody American woman. I think independence.
Independence, yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Affectionate, funny, sense of humor.
Oh, that's good. See, that's why she edits Marie Claire.
Pioneer spirit.
That's a pioneer spirit. Good one, good one. And like sense of freedom, maybe.
Yes.
A little bit less constrained than European. Yeah.
I feel like an American woman is a composition of so many things. You know, we're amazing fighters, we're caretakers, we're soldiers. So everything about American women, I think not only me, but men from all around the world, and women too, love it.
I think the American woman is somebody that's courageous and smart and active and participates in life. I think Americans embrace life and American women embrace it.
The idea of the American woman? Well, I think the American woman is many women. She's a melting pot. She's a woman still discovering who she is. We're a young country, so I think it's evolutionary.
Right now, you know, American women are very strong. They are workers, and they wear many different hats. They're workers and mothers, and they do so many different things. And you know, really, I really give a lot of respect to them.
Confidence. That's something, as a fashion designer, I've always tried to bring out in women. Confidence. I think when you're confident, you can be more attractive.
Strength, power, the goodness of the heart, the love, the charitable energy, the spirituality. That's the way that I see it. That's the way that I feel it is.
I think, you know, just like the freedom to express yourself. It's really amazing that we live in a country where we can do whatever we want. And, you know, I think that that's something that should be celebrated in any person. But to be a woman and, you know, it's you take your rights for granted, but we didn't used to have them.
The main thing about an American woman is you can't summarize her. You can't possibly do it. She's infinite, everything.